Hello people, welcome to another Manic Void video. As you can probably tell by the title already, I'm going to be reviewing Resident Evil 5. Speaking a bit fast today, actually. Anyway, uh, yeah, Resident Evil 5. I don't know, start ranking things already. Yeah, well, it's obviously in the long line of Resident Evil games. I've seen all of the Resident Evil games. I've played, well, technically played, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 4, and 5. Okay, I've seen all of them, but along with Silent Hill, yeah, I've played both of them. I don't know, I'm quite a fan of horror games, but Silent Hill's a step too far. I actually don't own any of them. I only really play it with friends. I don't have the strongest constitution when it comes to playing, well, horror games. And there's so many others which, well, I haven't played, obviously. I mean, to tell the truth, I'm only really in the mainstream horror kind of gaming at the moment, so, you know, don't ask any other questions about horror games. But, yeah, Resident Evil 5, I actually almost played all the way to the end of Resident Evil 4, and I must admit, I'm a bit more of a fan of Resident Evil 4. It's a far scarier game. Got a lot more of an atmosphere to it. Although Resident Evil 5 does have its good points, and yeah, might as well mention them now. Actually, I'm a big fan of the shop system in it, the upgrade system in it, and I'm a big fan of the co-op. Even though it's also a bad point, because cooperative obviously makes the game a lot less scary, having a friend with you all the time. And you wouldn't believe it, but I haven't actually played this, you know, offline yet. I've been, you know, I played through the entire story of friends and everything, so I don't know how bad the AI of Shiver is. Well, yeah, so it's a good point and a bad point. Anyway, moving more in depth to the rating in this. What do I usually start off with? Yeah, the gameplay. Well, I'd say it's a pretty. It's really good actually. I'm quite a fan of the new style to the games. I'm really pissed off that there's not a lot of puzzles and that in in these two new ones, Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. But yeah, it's, you know, for simple fun value, yeah, it's really good. Especially if you like action games, obviously. But yeah. So it's unchanged from Resident Evil 4, if you're wondering. So it's, well, actually no, it's like the close combat system's been changed a little. The knife isn't as useful, but yeah, basically it's unchanged. So yeah, 7 or an 8 gameplay. It's pretty damn good. And moving on to graphics, I've really got a pause to say this though. It is a beautiful game. It is amazing. I mean, honestly, this is one of the very few games where I got a strategy guide with it. It wasn't entirely my decision though, but let's just not go into that. It's yeah, I was having a look at the screenshots in it, and I was thinking, wow, the graphics of these screenshots. I mean, not the screenshots. Some actually just enemies on the page and that. I mean, I thought they looked pretty damn amazing. If only they looked as good in game. But when I got deeper into the game and actually paused to have a look at the visuals, I truly noticed that this game is probably the best graphic game I've ever played. I'm not saying that it's, you know, amazing and deserves like a full 10, but it's a 9. For just simple, well, not exactly realism, but just, yeah, it's really good. But I don't know, it doesn't exactly have a lot of, you know, its own style. It's just, you know, get as close to real as you possibly can, and I think they've done a pretty good job of that. So yeah, a 9, definitely. And moving on to sound, its sound is, well, a bit like the graphics. Just try and get as close to realistic as you can. I mean, don't know how realistic you can make, some of the more varied mutations sound, but it's the sound quality is clear, perfectly understandable. It's all the talking and everything's voice acting is fine. Yeah, it's you know definitely slightly above average. Definitely at least that. It's a 6 or a 7. I mean, it sounds as you'd expect, but there's nothing truly amazing. There's a couple of good songs in there, orchestrated songs in there. So yeah, I must admit, um, even though the fear factor's a bit lower than number 4, the music still every now and then pulls out a good song to get the scary atmosphere going. So yeah, it's probably worth, if I haven't said it already, probably worth a 7. Yeah, yeah, 7. Because yeah, it does have the odd song, which really does make it special. And replayability. Oh wait, story. Let's talk about the story first. I'll say story in this is good and bad in its own ways. It's good in the way that it's always active, always keeps on going. It's a roller coaster ride. You never really get bored of how things are going. The story just pulls you through area after area after area, and it really gets. Yeah, it's got a nice flow to it, and the story itself isn't bad in any way. Moving on to one of the negative points, there's nothing really amazing about it either. I mean, it allows the game to work really well, but the actual story itself, I don't know, there's a couple of changes anyone would really want to make with the story, I'd think, but I'm not going to ruin anything, but I'm just saying there's some stuff that I'll definitely want changed in this one's story. Okay, maybe just one thing, but yeah, it's the story. If I actually rated it out of 10, it would, yeah, be a 5 or maybe a 6, just for how movie-like it is. A lot of action, but it loses its horror, and that's another negative point, I guess. So yeah, it's a 5. So the actual overall score. Oh, did I mention replayability? Uh, the replayability itself is pretty good. It's you can keep on playing through it to make money to upgrade weapons. Um, Although the structure of the game itself allows you to play in kind of like a level-based kind of way, which really makes it feel like, I don't know, it isn't like a continual story. It feels a little bit disjointed, I'd think. But that's just me. But the actual replayability, yeah, good, brilliant. I mean, there's the odd little, well, not really secret, but yeah, there's like an emblem hunt in it. To find all the emblems, I was lucky enough to have the guide, like I mentioned earlier. So some of them are really hideously, yeah, smartly placed. So you've got to really think to look everywhere. So yeah, the replayability is a 6 or a 7. It's completely replayable, although you'd probably run out of things to do if you find last of the emblems, and if you aren't really that driven to upgrading all the guns. Because tell the truth, everyone's gonna have guns that they just hate. Then again, you'll end up with money which you need to spend anyway. So replayability, yeah, a 6, 7. So overall, overall, 8.5, 85%, definitely. I'd probably give Resident Evil 4 a 90%, but 85%. I mean, in all honesty, it's, gameplay-wise and everything, it's just as good as Resident Evil 4, but it just has a lot less atmosphere to it. There's a lot less fear to it. It just doesn't have the emotional weight to it like Resident Evil 4 had. So, yeah. So, have a good day, people, and see you in the next video.